And this is another one, and this is again a true occasion. It's about my grandfather on my father's side, William Henry Ellery. And he lived and breathed and died horses. He had, well, I know Granny had 8 children, and then she lost one in between all of that lot. You know, she was, well, they said every time the youngest child was on the bed, she was pregnant. And he died when I was only 4 years old, actually. All I remember is a great big fat man up in the bed, and he was bald, you know. Now, that's my memories of him, that were, and then what I was told about him. And then I grew up. I was a teenager sort of during the war, so just after the war you can imagine that I was one of these girls that worshipped the cinema and the film stars, and I really thought I was somebody. This happened at St. Just. My granddad Ellery in Penzance, he died when I was 4. He'd been a groom most of his life and loved his horses sore. He'd brush their coats and clean their gear and talk to them like man. And they'd do anything for he. They loved the boss they had. And at the ending of the day, he'd speak with smiles serene. They'd do their business on a spade to keep the stable clean, and that's true. We used to, I don't know what he used to say to them, but he'd hold the shovel out, and he'd say this word. No, it's like switching on a washing machine. He ran the stable at the Queen's, sat proud on horse and carriage. The motor car put them aside when it became a garage. Now he was very popular within the hunting clan, and buying, selling horses, well, there weren't a better man. Everybody knew him. Why, even up and Dean, Land's End and Perran, down St. Ives, and over Newlyn Green. And William Henry lived for them, heard not his children's screeches. He felt at home upon a horse, clad in they leather breeches. So, as all the Cornish do, they got him a nickname. Leatherass Ellery he was called, and he enjoyed the game. Now this was long before I was born, and there'd been stories plenty. A character, that's what he was, and going bold at 20. My memories, of course, of him are really not too clear. They tell me he was very stern. To me he was a dear, a big fat man in bed with gout, all to his bed would trips. I was his pet, his shyness, and he'd give me all his grapes. Now comes the time when growing up, and I was 17, and in the telephone exchange, something to be seen. They sent me up St. Just to work to teach the lady there. Used to go up on the bus and get off in the square. Now all the girls about my age would follow movie stars and try and dress and be like them. It was all proper farce. Veronica Lake, now she was the one, her hair all hanging down across one eye. 'Twas hard to see on how to get around. And me, my hair now, just like that, I looked a real go-getter. Get high-heel shoes with fancy straps and a naughty tight white sweater. There's me parading through St. Just, a proper Newlyn charmer, when stepping right in front of me this big red-faced farmer. I don't know who you are, my cock, but when I seen he passed, you must be some relation tall to dear old Leatherass. Well, I was shocked, for in my mind was that fat, bald man in bed. And then I thought of that farmer's face and of the things he'd said. He meant it as a compliment. He loved my granddad dear, the man who could charm horses and had never tasted beer. And so I walked with head held high. There was no cause to weep. It only goes to show the truth that beauty's just skin deep. Now I approach the years that I remember Dada's smile. From photos, yes, I am like him. I'm Leatherass's child.